Welcome. Today we're going to be looking at practicing identifying independent and dependent variables on a table. So we got a whole bunch of examples today. If you're not able to be with us in class today, I posted the worksheets on Google Classroom. Download those before you watch this video, and then that way you'll be up to speed and you'll be able to use the hands-on practice we have in class today. Let's get started. Some jokes. I'm telling you, there's nothing worse than being stuffed with candy and hung on a mantle. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson recently told people that he decided to watch Moana with his 4-year-old daughter Jasmine, and was extremely excited to reveal that he voiced Moana, or Mawa. I said, "You know that's Daddy's voice. I'm going to show you." And he started singing, and then I started singing, and within 10 seconds, she was putting a pillow over my mouth saying, "You're ruining the song." Today we're going to do a cause and effect warm-up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a cause, and I want you to think about what the effect would be as a result of that cause. So take a minute and copy down this T-chart into your notebook. Okay, here is our first cause. If I push down on a stapler, what would the effect be? Look at the list of choices I have here. Zoom out. Which one do you think it is? The papers are stapled together. Let me give you another cause here. What does this say? So take a minute, copy this down into your notebook. He practiced basketball every day. What do you think out of these choices here would be the effect? He made the game-winning shot. Let's look at another one. The teacher started to talk. Out of these three, which one do you think would be the effect? The students started to listen. We got two left. The squirrel gathered nuts. The squirrel has plenty of food for the winter. Then the chef cut the vegetables. What would be an effect of that? The customer ate the fresh salad. Okay, cause and effect. When we're thinking about cause and effect, we're really thinking about independent and dependent variables. So, out of independent and dependent variables, which one would be the cause? The cause would be independent. Therefore, dependent would be the effect. Now, you've printed out this material online. Take a minute and glue this into your notebook, and then we'll go over it. Okay, now you have this glued into your notebook. We can go ahead and start checking to see how you did. Independent variables causes change in the blank variable. The dependent. Dependent. Cause, effect. Cause, effect. Let's head on down. Dependent variables, changes are caused by the independent variables. Again, cause, effect. Cause, effect. Let's look at a scenario. Jackie tested how the height of the ramp affected the distance a toy car travels. What would be the independent variable in this scenario? If you said height of the ramp, you were correct. Therefore, what would be the dependent variable in this question? Again, the height of the ramp, what would be the result? The distance the car travels. So before we fill in our y and our x here, let's fill in this information on the bottom. The independent variable is always on the x-axis. Therefore, the dependent variable is always on the y-axis. So, therefore, we have the distance traveled here. I'm going to abbreviate distance t here. And this is the height of the ramp. Let's keep going. Let's do some more practice. Let's do some matching. Again, you've already printed out this material. Now, fill it in, pause the video, and we'll check your answers here in a minute. We're looking at cause, effect, independent, dependent. The amount of sunlight will affect the height of the plant. The time spent studying, cause, will affect your test grade. The minutes spent exercising will determine how much calories are burned. The number of tickets sold will make the number of profit. So let's fill in the bottom part of our table now that we have a good understanding of independent and dependent variable. Okay, so before we do that, let's identify our independent and dependent variables for this graph here. So Carly earns $9.50 for every hour she works. What is the independent variable? Right, hours worked. So what is the result then? What is the effect? The amount of money depends on the hours worked. So therefore, money earned is our dependent variable. What is the relationship between the independent and dependent variable? So the amount of money earned, the more Carly works, the more money she makes. More hours Carly works, the more she earns. Do you remember what the y-axis was on our previous boldable? Remember, the y-axis is always the dependent variable. So that would be the money earned. Therefore, the independent variable will be the x-axis. So we can't quite fill this information in yet because we need to finish our table. So let's do that next. You can show the relationship between the independent and dependent variables in a table and an equation. Okay. So what would our equation look like? Y equals, she makes $9.50 an hour. What are the hours? Well, we don't know. So we'll put an X. So we have our X again, which was hours worked. We'll make HW for hours worked. And money earned. Money earned. Me, right? Okay, so we can say that after 1 hour, 2 hours, and 3 hours here. So after 1 hour, how much does she earn? $9.50. That's a pretty good wage. What about after 2 hours? How much does she earn? $19. Just multiply $9.50 times 2. What about after 3 hours? $28.50. So going to our graph now, we've got to go close, but we're going to approximate here. So X first, then we go up to $28.50 here. The next one, 6 times 9 is about 54. So 6 times 9, about 54, so a little bit over. And then 9 times 9 is about 81. So, but it's going to be a little bit more, so we'll go up there. And you can see our relationship there. Great. Big thing to remember is cause and effect. What is the cause? What is the effect of that cause? All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put together a triangle, these bitty triangles here. Now, for time in the video, I'm not going to put together all of the triangles. You could do that on your own. Again, the links are on the website in Google Classroom. Cut it out, try it by yourself. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to do just a smaller version of that. And then we're going to list the cause and effect for our triangle. So let's put this together. And I only have 4 pieces here, okay? Just the top part. Just so you get the hang of it. So my legs hurt. That would be the legs hurt. Go for a run. Okay. And then I have late for school. Get good grades. Study for a test. And I have overcooked chicken here. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to turn this around so you can see it. So cause and effect. So what is the cause? What is the effect? So cause, I'll start here. If I study for a test, then I get good grades. Okay. If I overcook my chicken, overcooked chicken, then the chicken is dry. If I go for a run, then my legs hurt. I think that's the only. Oh, I missed the. If I study for a test, then I get good grades. Cause and effect. If, then. If I study for a test, then I get good grades. Today we learned about practicing with independent and dependent variables. If you need more help, you can go to BB2 on Excel, or you can refer to the textbook. The homework assignment will be BB2 on Excel.